I am chatting with Dennis Knickel from Berlin, Germany. He did the short film Memories at the Wild Sound Short Film Festival. How's it going, Dennis?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So, what was your reaction to the audience's feedback of your film? What was your first instinct of it?
First of all, it was the first time that I joined a feedback festival, so that was pretty cool to see how the audience in another country reacts on my movie without me being there. And altogether, I was really positive and happy about the reactions. There was a discussion about it, about the philosophy of the movie, and also the little humor that's here and there. There was one guy who talked about it, and cinematography got good response, which is nice as well, because we took a lot of effort to make it a very technical movie. So yeah, I was really happy about the reactions.
Is anything anybody's comment that stood out for you that really jumped out for you?
They were so diverse. I mean, I'm always happy when people realize what effort we put in the cinematography, for example. I mean, there's almost no single scene without a moving camera. And also I like the discussion whether it's what's the topic of the movie, if it's more about love or suicide, and the message was discussed. So I think there were like 2 or 3 comments that I really enjoyed watching.
There was the one debate in your film about we think he committed suicide, but then we realized it was just his fantasy kind of segment. Yeah. Why did you choose to put that in, like him kind of like giving us that fantasy of that we thought he killed suicide, but then he really didn't?
You mean why he committed suicide, or the question what happened to her? I didn't get that.
No, it's more about him. Like, we thought that he committed suicide, but then we realized that he didn't commit suicide. It was all in his head.
Okay, yeah, that was the message I wanted to bring up with the movie, because my message is that suicide is nothing really personal or private. It always hurts or happens to other people as well. Also, when I got the idea of the movie, I dealt with some suiciders in my life, not too close, fortunately, but even though they were quite far away from me, I just knew them by seeing them. But I was shocked when I heard it, and I wondered how it has to feel when you're a close family member or a friend, or even the person who is more or less responsible, or who is made responsible for the suicide. So that's why I made this sequence with the reactions of the people, and the, for me, important message to tell everyone that suicide, as long as it's not because of a sickness, but more because of a depressive mood for having lost your love or whatever, that this is not the best solution to solve your problems.
So is that what you're trying to say in this movie, or is it more of a story about young people falling in love?
The message is definitely more about suicide, and using young people is, or this love story is, because I think that deep emotions like love can affect or do affect our lives, and when something horrible happens, that's also why I played a little bit with the fact that nobody really understands at the beginning whether she died, for example, or what happened. So that also people realize when she's picking up the phone, all of a sudden everybody, that's a pretty often reaction that people say, well, she's still alive, so why is he killing himself? That's exactly what I wanted to achieve, that people don't understand why he's doing that. So using something that seems almost ridiculous, but is important, because emotions are always underrated, and I think using emotions of young people is a good way to achieve exactly that.
Yeah, but I think I was saying the moderation, a lot of people can I personally can relate to that, like having a too intense relationship when you're young and kind of thinking it's everything, but because you can't really see that far ahead of your own life?
I didn't get that. Sorry.
No problem. It's just that it was more about like how when you're 20, like say you're 20 years old and you fall in love and then say she breaks up with you, you think that's everything in your life because you can't see the next 50 years of your life. You only can think about now, right? Like it's the emotions are so heightened.
Yeah, exactly. And also most of the suicides, I think I dealt with 3 to 5 people who committed suicide in all my life, and at least half of them committed suicide because of love like this that died when they were between 15 and 18 or 20. So, yeah, but a lot of people don't take it too serious when somebody in that age suffers for love, and that's why I chose this situation.
And no, but you really nailed like that kind of the romance between the two characters in your film. Like it was very convincing. It was very like raw. Like we could tell that these two people really cared for each other.
Thank you.
So what are you up to now? Like what's the next step for you?
Well, right now I'm writing a book. I'm also I'm writing travel books. When I'm traveling for longer, I write books about it. So since February already, I'm working on a book about the U.S. West Coast. And as soon as I'm done with that, I will try to produce my next film, which, I would love to make a feature film, but I think I might have to do another short film before, because it's always a big question of how to finance a movie. And I've never been to a film school. I teach it myself and work DIY style independently. So it's not so easy to get money for it. And yeah, so finishing the book and then see what's more realistic to realize, feature or short film.
So how's the film industry in Berlin? Like how's the independent film scene in Berlin?
Diverse. I mean, I'm not originally from Berlin. I moved to Berlin because I think or thought that Berlin is the place to be in Europe or in Germany if you want to become a filmmaker, because so many people do it here. So when I arrived here, I was first like this, oh damn, everybody here is doing movies. So when you go out and meet people and every third person is doing something with movies, it's been the same when I went to San Francisco, Los Angeles. Everyone I met was somehow into movies. That's how it is in Berlin as well. So you don't feel so special anymore here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the positive thing is you always meet people who do the same, so it's possible to find a crew and people who think the same quite easily here in Berlin.
Yeah. So basically there's a lot of competition, what you're saying.
Definitely, yeah. We have so many film festivals, but I think my movie was only shown on 1 or 2 here in Berlin, and so many people make movies here, and it's really a big business. Also, Hollywood is coming more and more often here to Berlin. So my camera operator, for example, he worked already on 3 or 5 Hollywood productions in Babelsberg. That's our Hollywood here.
Oh yeah.
And it's more and more coming. Movies like Cloud Atlas or Unknown Identity or the Wachowskis are coming quite often.
So what is your like favorite films of all time?
Ooh, that's hard to tell. I like all kind of genres. I love European independent movies, and I can also love really big Hollywood blockbusters. I like from Canada, Vincenzo Natali made some really nice movies. Cypher and Cube were movies when was it, 97 and 2001, I think, and I really like those.
Are most of the movies played Hollywood movies in Germany?
Yeah, that's Hollywood movies are the biggest ones here in Germany, and the German cinema actually is not so popular in Germany because I don't know, in the last 10 to 15 years I would say German cinema became interesting and good, but before that it was horrible. Or most of it was horrible except for some extraordinary good movies like The Boat. But so I think in the last 10, 15 years we have a really good development here. So
as we're doing this podcast, what's the popular film at the cinema in Berlin? What's everybody seeing?
You mean right now?
Yeah, right now.
What is right now?
It's just like some Hollywood film, right?
I think Gravity is really popular right now, the new movie by Cuarón. I think the hype came to Berlin as well, and I don't know if it's a number one right now, but I think it's a movie that everybody is talking about and everybody wants to see. Also, Prisoners, I think, is going to be the next big thing. I think it starts next week here.
Yeah, that's a good movie. You should go see it.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, it was great talking to you, and I hope when you do your next short film, you'll submit it to us. And we really enjoyed having your film screened at our festival. Like, the audience really liked your film a lot, and it caused a lot of debate as well. So, congratulations.
Cool. Thank you very much, and thanks for your interest in this conversation and in my movie. And I will definitely let you know as soon as I finish my next movie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.